Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn how to create star rating system. As you can see on the screen, we have 5 stars. When we hover the stars, automatically the previous stars got highlighted. Example, on third star I highlight, then remaining 2 got highlighted. If I hover on fourth, then previous 3 got highlighted. So this is how it works. And if I click particular one, then it got now selected. So it is like a 3 rating. And let me reload this. If I click on 5, then this is a 5-star rating. So this is what we are going to create in this particular video. Let's start from scratch. I'll go to the desktop, create a new folder. Let's say this is star rating. We'll open this in VS Code. I suggest you to also use VS Code, but if you are using any other code editor, that is also fine. Now currently we don't have any files here. I'll create 3 files quickly: index.html, style.css, then for script.js, and one folder for the images. Now if you are thinking where are the images, then these stars actually are the images. Let me inspect this. These are actually SVG images. Now here you can see this is image yellow.svg and this one is gray.svg. So we need 2 images. Let me open them and save in this particular folder. On desktop, star rating, images, yellow.png, and this also gray.png in star rating folder. Okay, if we check now, we have both files, gray.svg and yellow.svg. So we got both images. Now we'll start with the HTML. First, dummy content. Let's say the title is star rating. Let's link the CSS file, style.css. Let's link script file, src script.js. Now, according to this design, we need 5 star. Okay, before that we have heading also. Let's put the heading h1 star rating and one hr, that is this horizontal line, that is called horizontal rule. After that, we can create a div which have all these star. Let's say this is stars. Then inside this, we can have span with class star. And let's say this is 1. Or we don't need to show the number. Simply we can put here data set data value. So data value equal to 1. And how to get this? This is an attribute where you can give any value to this particular field. This is a inbuilt attribute. If you want to give some additional information for one particular tag element in HTML, we can use data attribute. So I am giving data value. You can write here anything, data set, data star something, but since this is a value, so I'll write data value. And now we can duplicate this, change just the value 1 2 3 4 5. So this, I think CSS HTML is completed. Only this much HTML we need. Star rating, one HR. Let's open this with live server. And this is how it's coming now. This is what we want. Currently we have this one. Now we'll go with the CSS. So CSS. First we write for body. Since we know most of the things are in center, so we can say text align center. Let's see. Okay, this comes in center, but star is not present yet. For stars, we need to give some CSS. So let me highlight stars div, background yellow, and each star, let's say background some light green. Still nothing is visible. That is why any idea why it's still not appearing? The color we can't see these colors, because we are using the span tag, and span by default doesn't have any content. You see, there is no content. So we have to give some height width also to the star. So we can say height 100 pixel, width 100 pixel. Now it should come, but still it is not coming because star by default, not star, span by default is an inline element, and inline element can't take height width by default. So we have to make these display, let's say inline block. Now it should come. Now we can see there is a yellow, this is the stars div, and here we have, these are the individual star element. Now since we have the images, we can directly give the background image. So instead of background color, we can give background image. So URL inside image folder, by default gray.png, and there is no background repeat, no repeat, we need only one image. Background size, we can put contain or cover, both should work fine. And also the background position, center, we need image to be in center, we can write one center also. These are all CSS concepts. Let's see. So we have this kind of system. If I disable the background, let's see, if we disable all of them, what will be the effect? Okay, here these small arrows are coming. That is why we need to apply these settings. So another star is trying to come in the same div. That's why we can just simply enable these properties. Okay. Next, we need some gap between these stars. So we can give margin top 0, 0, left, right 10 pixel margin. After some time, we'll see actually margin is the not proper property. We should give padding. So I'll explain that after some time. So we have got some gap. Now let's remove the background color. This is not required. Yeah, it's coming. And we can change the cursor to hover to pointer when we hover the star. So cursor to pointer. Now it's better. Now whenever we hover any star, we need to change the background image. So star hover, background image should be URL image yellow.png. See, awesome. So whenever we hover any star, that star is changing the picture, the background picture. Okay, we are one step closer. Then how to enable the other star? Now in CSS, there is a selector called sibling selector. If I hover on one particular star, we can target the next whatever stars we have. So let me try that. In CSS, that selector is star. Okay, I can write here itself, comma. So highlight, change the background image of the star which we are hovering. Also, whatever star we are hovering and their sibling stars. like this. This is change the background picture of the star which we hover. This one is change the background image of the star of all the star which is after the hover. So for example, if I hover on 3rd, then automatically these also background picture will change for 4 and 5. This is the meaning of this CSS selector. This is called sibling selector. You can do research on that. It is called sibling selector. Let's see the output. Okay, it's working, but opposite. If I hover on 3rd, actually it is highlighting on the right side, but we want on opposite, left side. Now why it is happening? Because simply if we see here, let me increase the font size. If I hover on 3, then 4 and 5 also will highlight according to the CSS selector. So it's working correctly. If I hover on 4, then 5 will also highlight it like this. So as the concept wise, as the how the CSS selector will work, that is working correctly. Then how to modify it? We want to switch the logic. So instead of highlighting on the right side, we need on the left hand side. What we can do here is simply we can reverse this direction of the stars. Instead of showing them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can reverse the order. So for that we can use the flex properties. So in the star we can make it display inline flex. I'm not using flex because I need to only apply in that particular area in the center. Display inline flex, and so by default flex direction is row. So still nothing will change. If I hover, nothing is changed because by default the order is this only, but now we want to change the order. Let me show you here. So if I click on this, so by default the flex direction is row. You can see here it is written row. We have to change the order to reverse. This is row reverse. Now we make it row reverse. Let me highlight. Oh, great. Now it's highlighting correctly. Why? Because now the order of the items is changed. Yes. Let me apply here also. Instead of row, it should be row reverse. Yeah, now it's working fine. Then most of the things are done. Let me check if something is remaining. We can give some margin top for the stars. Margin top. (40 pixel). And okay, now why I was telling that we should not give the margin to the star. Here we have given the margin 10 pixel to each star. There is a margin left right. Now the problem is when I hover here and I try to go to the next star. So there is a in between there is a some kind of a gap is there. Because of that this flow is breaking. When I try to go to next star, that previous star got highlight is getting removed. So instead of that margin, we can use the padding. So here, instead of margin, we can use padding because the hover will work on the padding also, but not on the margin. So when I try to go to next star now, okay, still there is a thing. Let me reload this. Still something wrong. Oh, I changed in the stars. It should be here in the star. Padding. My mistake. Now I'll go to next. See, there is no break. It's a very smooth flow. Wow, nice. So till this point, CSS is working fine. Now we have to go to the JavaScript because the click is not working and we have to somehow to work on the JavaScript now. Once I click on 3, so it will be 3 star. If I click on 4, then 4 star rating, and also we will print out the output. Let's go to the scripting part now. So in a script, first we will get all these stars, constant stars equal to document dot query selector all. We will select all the elements having class star. So we will get 5 elements here. Next, we will apply the loop for each. All the stars go to each star, and for this star, add the event, that is click event, and call the function handle star click. What will happen whenever first we are getting all these stars from the HTML, we'll get these 5 stars, and we make a loop of those 5 stars, and from each star we are adding the event listener click. This will call a function handle star click. We'll declare one function handle star click. Let's simply console whether it is clicked or not. So simple clicked. Let's see if it is working. So we'll go to console, reload. Okay, now click is working. Whenever we click any star, the click is working fine. Next is how to highlight. Okay, we are getting the console statement. Next, we can add the active class. So whenever we click anything, we can add an active class on that. So how to get the clicked star? Let's say const clicked star, and create a variable equal to e.target, and this e we can get from the function here. So whenever we attach the event and we call this function, we can get all the details of that event into this variable. You can write this e, or you can write event like this, or evt, anything. So for short I am writing e, and I want to get the target. Whichever we are clicking, we want to get that. So let me show you this. Console.log clicked star. I'll click on the 4th one. Okay, it is showing value 2. Okay, why it is happening? Because now this is the 5th one, because we change the order using the CSS, and this is the first one, last is the first one. So in HTML we have to make a small adjustment. We need to change this order also. So this is 5, this is last. Now how this is working, you can just practice the flex properties. Because of the flex, now in HTML it is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, but because we are using the row reverse, so actually the output will be opposite, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Now when I click on 4th, we are getting the 4th element. Click on second element, click on the last one, 5th element. This is working great. Now we need to add the active class. So click star dot add class. Okay, first class list, then add an active class. Let's see, this is working. We'll go to elements, click on the 4th one. So we got active class, but this is not highlighted because in the CSS we have to handle this. In CSS we are handling on the hover. So we can add one more thing, the same similar pattern. If star is active, then whatever star after that, make them yellow, and also whatever is the active one, like this. So the star which is active, okay, we need to change this to dot because it is a class now. So highlight whatever star is active, also highlight whatever star after the active one. Now this will work like magic. Let me click on the second. So second is highlighted and also the first is highlighted. And we click on fourth. Now all are highlighted. Great. This is automatically looks like working. Let me click on fifth one, then third one. Oh, now it is not working. Now what is happening? If you see, so many actives are there. So when I click on second active is there. When I click on fourth, then again active. So many actives are there. Wherever we are clicking, active class is added. So we need to remove the previous active whenever we are adding the active class. So here we need to add one more logic to get the, I just duplicated the element. I'll make one variable. Let's say this is already active star. How to get the active star? Using document.query selector and with active class. Now if active class is present, because in the beginning when we reload the page first time, there is no active star. Only if active star is present, we'll simply go to the class list and remove the active class. Done. Yes, I think this is done. Let's check. Click on the second. Only second is active. And also let's see the output as well, whether we are getting the result or not. We can also print out the value. So click the star. How to get the value? Dot data set dot value. So data set, whatever we write with the data, that comes in data set. And here, because we are using value, we have to use here data sort dot value. Save. Let's scroll, reload, click on second, and HTML. Second star got active class, and also we got in the print. This value we can use in the database, or you can send to the backend. So this value 2. Click on third. So active is removed from second and added to the third, and we got the value 3. Click on fourth, 5. Awesome. We are only getting the active on the last element clicked. So great. This is how star rating system we can create. Simply hover effect is working fine. Click is also working fine. After second, we want to change the rating. So we can click on fourth, click on fifth, or click again second. So this is also working awesome. Yes. Let me just revise quickly what we did. So we created the files, index.html file for HTML, style.css for CSS, script.js for scripting. In index.html, we created one heading, star rating, then HR for this horizontal rule, created one div stars having all these star, 5 star, added the script, external script. Now all these stars are having the CSS, body, everything text align center, stars, display inline flex, and flex direction row reverse. Whatever stars are there, we want to switch the order so that we can use the inbuilt CSS selector, adjacent selector. It will select the next part, but we want to show in the CSS the previous. So that's why we did some trick here. Then all the by default, every star is having grade star, and these are some properties. We also learned why padding is important, not margin. Don't give margin here. And then this is all the magic where the yellow star is coming because of these 4 lines. So to use your JavaScript, it's better to make your CSS also better, because otherwise if you don't write this, you have to write lot of JavaScript to enable this feature. So a lot of things we are able to cover using CSS only. So that's why CSS is also important to learn. Then finally we come to scripting part. We got all these stars. We run the loop with every star. Every star we attach the event, click event. We call the function handle star click. We got the active star which having active class. If active star is there, remove the active class. Why we added if condition? Because in the beginning there is no active star. And then if we try to remove the active class, it will throw the error. So we are removing the active class only if it is present. Let me show you this. We got the active star. I try to remove the active class. Now reload, click on third one. You see, cannot read property of null, reading class list, because there is no active already present. That's why we added if condition. If active star is there, then only remove the class. Otherwise, click the star, whatever we clicked on, that is e.target, add the active class and print in the console. So this is how all the very short HTML, CSS and JavaScript. JavaScript is also very short, and even it can be more shorter if we use arrow function or we make one line condition. So we remove these variables, directly use the variable here. We can even make this core more shorter, just 5-10 lines. Okay, this is all about star rating. Now it is your turn. Keep learning, keep growing, and please let me know in the comments what are your thoughts, what you learn, what is your best part in the whole star rating system. Yes, thank you.